Yo no estaba aquí intentando hacerla, estaba haciendo cine en México. con- Yes. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Mira, mira cómo te quiere la gente. La gente viene acá a verte a ti, te están esperando. Eres el personaje principal, eres el productor ejecutivo. A ese Diego Luna del 2001 que tímidamente pone un piecito en Hollywood con Y tu mamá también. ¿Qué le dirías y cuánto has aprendido en estos años y cuánto has logrado también, Diego?
Pues que estaba haciendo lo correcto. Me gusta siempre contar esta anécdota porque La Terminal, que fue una película que hice con Steven Spielberg y que pues, fue un momento importante en mi vida, me llegó por Y tu mamá también. Me escribió una carta donde decía que quería trabajar conmigo porque había visto Y tu mamá también. El director de Rogue One, cuando lo conocí, me dijo que quería trabajar conmigo porque había visto Y tu mamá también. Cuando trabajamos en esos proyectos que hablan sobre nosotros, que son específicos, que son honestos, no importa el tamaño, no importa dónde estés, si eres honesto con tu trabajo viaja y abre puertas, ¿no? Yo no estaba aquí intentando hacerla, estaba haciendo cine en México con la comunidad a la que pertenezco, contando historias que conozco y poniendo mi corazón ahí, ¿no? Y eso te hace llegar muy lejos. Es bonito entenderlo porque lo que te hace distinto es lo que te hace llegar lejos, ¿no? Si lo piensas. Y si piensas así, entonces seguramente si eres feliz con lo que haces, estás donde tienes que estar, ¿no?
¿Qué les tendrías que decir a tus mexicanos en el Día de la Independencia?
¿Qué les digo? Nada, que disfruten y que celebren mucho lo que son, ¿no? Estemos muy orgullosos de lo que somos y de lo que además su trabajo y su vida significa para este país, ¿no? Este, yo estoy muy orgulloso de estar aquí y de sentirme querido y acompañado por tanta gente, no solo mexicana, sino latina. Eh, me encanta sentir este cariño porque me llena de energía y de ganas de seguir, ¿no?
Muchas gracias y mucha suerte y felicitaciones.
Gracias por estar aquí.
I wanted to start backwards. If the man that you know from Rogue One is this accomplished, complicated killer, assassin, leader, seducer, spy, liar, leader, who's willing to give his life for the galaxy, how much of a loser could he be 5 years ago and get there? So I want to make as big a hole as I can make for him to climb out of. That's my job.
But that's awesome because, hey, that could be the story of anyone else.
Well, we all climbing out of the hole, aren't we?
Yes, we have.
So how deep, how hard can you make it? I mean, that's what drama is about. You want to make it as hard as possible.
And probably that the harder you make it, there's Diego. The harder that you make it, probably the better and the more accomplished a hero.
5 years is a long time, and long time during a revolution. And so, our story really is the making of a revolutionary from someone who doesn't care about anything, and not only learns to care about things, but learns the importance of it, and then learns how to take action, and then becomes a leader. And then, as we know, he'll give his life for it.
Adria, estás vestida como que muy del universo de Star Wars. Eres una princesa de un país, de un planeta exótico.
Gracias.
Le estaba diciendo a Diego que dos de los principales personajes de esta serie son hispanos, que la gente está buscando verlos, que vienen aquí a verlos y que creo que hemos logrado mucho con esta serie.
Sí, yo creo que sí, no solamente es Diego, sino también estoy yo, Vix, en el show. Yo creo que el show es es de verdad, habla de nuestro mundo y es un espejo a nuestra sociedad de alguna manera. Y yo creo que no lo puedes hacer sin poner un espejo de lo que ves tú al día a día. ¿Sí me entiendes? O sea, uno camina a la calle y ve todo diferente gente y nada, me siento súper orgullosa de ser parte de este show y compartir escena con el Diego.
Y creo que también Star Wars ha sido uno de las pocas franquicias que han sido pioneras en cuanto a la diversidad y en cuanto a la fuerza que ha tenido la mujer siempre presente en toda la franquicia, ¿no?
Sí, 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 definitivamente las mujeres de Star Wars son las más fuertes. Las mujeres más fuertes en la vida de Cassian somos yo y Fiona Shaw, que es Marva. So, definitivamente. Por eso estoy aquí.
¿Cómo ha sido trabajar con el Diego? Cuéntame.
Súper lindo, es generoso fuera de escena y en escena. Es increíble trabajar con él, es súper buena onda, es honesto, me encantó.
I'm going to repeat the questions in Spanish. Is that all right?
Muy bien.
Awesome. ¿Sabes hablar español? Already. ¿Estamos? Kyle me acaba de decir que sabe hablar español.
Un poquito, un poquito.
¿Dónde aprendiste el español, Kyle?
En la escuela secundaria, International Baccalaureate.
¿Sabes hablar bien?
Estudié en Valencia, España.
En Valencia.
Sí.
I suspect that Cyril is going to end up being a rebel. Because he's like questioning himself too much. He's a loyal subject of the Empire, but he really believes in like doing good. I don't know, he's questioning himself too much. Is he going to end up being a rebel?
You know, I don't know. So when I first spoke to Tony Gilroy about the character at the very beginning, I said, look, listen, man, like, I've only got 3 episodes here. We're doing 5 years. Where does he end up? I need to sow the seeds. I need to, you know. And he goes, he could go here, he could go there. I don't know. And so I actually realized he was giving me a gift of sitting in the not knowing and sitting in that gray area of like, could he or couldn't he? And actually, he is so desperate to be a part of the Empire and to have his ideals warranted and validated by this fascist structure. And yet at the same time, I mean, you see in the first 3 episodes a kind of like a complete arc for Cyril. He has a super high and then a super low. He loses everything. And then he's got 9 more episodes.
That's why I'm suspicious.
That's why I'm suspicious as well. But I think it's beautiful that Tony has written a character who's an antagonist, a villain, but who has his doubts. Right. He's got light and shade. He's not good or bad. You know, he's like Cassian. Cassian's a really complicated hero, right? Like, he makes some questionable decisions, and so does Cyril.
Genevieve, I think that one of the things that fans have to appreciate, and the audience in general, is how loyal Lucasfilm is when it comes to their actors. You were there in Revenge of the Sith. They brought you back for Rogue One, and here you are in Andor. And that's something I think that we all should appreciate.
It's something I feel terribly grateful for, that I have the opportunity to return to her and to get to explore her each time in a different way. And this time it feels really special because we get to learn about her and discover her not just as a senator, not just as a politician, but as a woman.
And I guess you get to be more comfortable as well with her more and more.
Well, I think previously when we've seen her in like Rogue One or even in those deleted scenes in Revenge of the Sith or in the Rebels animation, she's a bit of a pillar of that universe. She's a bit of a statue, a really important figure of nobility for the rebellion. We meet her here in a very different place. Yeah, she's steeped in empire. She's working within the Imperial Senate. We haven't seen that before. And so for me, the opportunity to discover a woman at a different time of her life, you know, sometimes we're like different versions of ourselves, right? So
and we're not our profession, you know. Exactly. Yes, we have a lot of layers.
We are our profession, but we are also wives. We are also mothers. We are also members of our community. We have fears. We have joy. You know, we're multifaceted, and so the opportunity to get to share this, it feels special.
How was it to work with Diego, especially as a producer? Is he a pain in the butt? Be honest.
I mean,
How is he?
I mean, I could be very funny here, but I'm not.
Please do so.
Oh my gosh, he's terrible. He's awful. Terrible human being. Diego Luna, nobody likes him. I mean, come on.
I bet.
Oh my goodness. He is such a joy of a gorgeous man. He's deeply charismatic. He's wonderfully collaborative. He's generous and kind and creative and also an extraordinary actor.
So you are dressed in royal blue and you look royal indeed. You look amazing, Fiona.
I love the color. We found it. I came into LA without any clothes. I met a man and he just said, let me get you something, and he got me something lovely. I'm thrilled. They said a bit of an element of Star Wars, and I feel there is an element.
It's
of the galaxy
amazing.
at its most blue when the sun
You
rises.
look amazing.
Thank you.
How has it been to get into this world?
It was like nothing else because, you know, you're dealing on a scale. You're not dealing with different towns, different cities, different countries. You're dealing with different planets. So even when you're making it, even in the studio, you know, in these warehouses, you have the costumes for each planet. They're completely different routes, completely different influences as the world would be. And you get this phenomenal refraction of what it is to be human and how multifarious we all are, because the universe has been captured by the series.